Good morning and welcome back to another running video. If you're new around here, my name's Ben and this is my YouTube channel, Ben is Running. I'm currently training for a 70-minute half marathon and today I'm going to be bringing you a shoe review of the Hoka Mach 4. So today I'm going to be giving you my first impressions having run a 10k easy run in the shoe, and we're also going to be taking it on a 5k tempo run to test, is this an easy day shoe, a tempo shoe, a race shoe. Yeah, just giving you my first impressions of this new shoe from Hoka One. So I'm a big fan of Hoka One shoes. I ran in the Bondi range, which helped me get over my shin splint injury early last year, so the highly cushioned Bondis, and then I moved on to running in the Cliftons, which is their like daily shoe, their sort of Pegasus almost, the Nike Pegasus equivalent. So if I'm ever recommending shoes to anyone, I always suggest buying the Clifton, but maybe now I will start advising this. So I first heard about this shoe from Seth James Demore, who is another running YouTuber on the platform. I'm sure you've heard of him, and he managed to get his hands on this shoe in November 2020, I believe. So I've been waiting November, December, January, February, nearly 5 months for this shoe to come out. So I was very excited to get it when it came out. I took it out for a 10k. As you can see, it's already a bit dirty on the outsole. I couldn't wait. Straight out of the box, 10k around the block. So yeah, I've run in Hokas a lot. I'm used to the high amount of cushioning, the higher stack height, and yeah, I've heard good things about it from Seth James Demore, so that was enough for me to purchase the shoe. So let me talk you through some of the specifications before we get into my initial impressions and the tempo test. This is advertised by Hoka as an up-tempo daily flyer, so they're saying this is for your daily runs, but you can also go a little bit faster, which for me is something that really appeals to me. With the Clifton, you can't really do that. That is just a simple, easy day shoe. The foam in the shoe is very squishy, protects your legs, but you can't really go fast in it. It's got a 5mm drop from heel to toe, so I believe it's 29mm in the heel and 24mm in the forefoot. It's a very light shoe. I believe it's 232 grams in US size 9. So for me, I wear size 8, so it's going to be slightly lighter than that, around 230 grams, which is incredibly light for a shoe, especially a daily trainer, with this amount of rubber on the bottom. In terms of the foam that they use to make this shoe, this section here, the slightly brighter yellow, is ProFly, which is Hoka's like most responsive foam. They use it in the Carbon X, Carbon X2, and then they've got this bottom section here, the outsole, which is EVA, quite hard rubber, which should make this shoe nice and durable. It's also got this sort of heel flare, extended heel area, makes the shoe nice and wide, which just aids that meta rocker technology that Hoka have become famous for. The shoe's also got an extended heel collar here, heel tab, which is meant to support your Achilles a bit more, which should be good because I'm just in the process of recovering from sort of an ankle Achilles sprain that I did in the snow we had here a few weeks ago. So that's a good feature, slightly extended. It's nice and quite hard actually in this rear area, so it should provide some nice support. It's got a semi-gusseted tongue, which without spoiling anything, this is probably one of the best bits about the shoe, this sort of lockdown area. And you've got these eyelets here which bring the laces right over your foot, so you get a really nice lockdown, but I'll go into that a bit more in my first impressions. And yeah, I went true to size in size 8. It's quite a narrow shoe, I'd say, for a daily trainer compared to some of the other Hokas, so the Bondi and the Clifton that I've run in. But yeah, true to size, very light, fast shoe. So moving on to my first impressions, I took this shoe on a 10k run around the block. As soon as I got it, couldn't wait. First impressions are when I put the shoe on, the lockdown is excellent. So it's got almost like a scuba tongue in it. It's hard to explain, but it's semi-gusted, so attached to the actual the shoe itself. And yeah, the lockdown is probably one of the best I've ever had in a shoe. It's not a plush tongue, it's more of a, like I said, scuba material. It wraps around your foot, and especially with this like this lacing technology, this design that they've got here, it really allows you to get a really good lockdown, and it's definitely one of the comfiest shoes I've ever worn. So that's a really good start. Putting this on, you're going to feel comfortable straight away. You're not going to have any issues with blisters, heel slippage, anything like that. Hoka have really nailed the lockdown of this shoe, and I think a lot of running shoe companies could look to this shoe as sort of an example, really. So that's my first impression of putting the shoe on the foot. Very, very comfortable, probably the comfiest shoe I've ever worn. Second impression of this shoe is it's ridiculously light, so you can hardly tell you've got it on your feet. I'm used to running in the Bondis, which are quite a heavy Hoka shoe, nice and plush, which I don't mind for my easy runs, but like I said, you can't really go super quick in those shoes. But this shoe is super light. I even held it with the Vaporfly in the other hand to see which is lighter, and I think they're around the same weight. So this is like racing day light, which is impressive considering how much outsole they've got on here. So yeah, incredibly light was my second impression. On to actually running in the shoe. I found it was actually quite an interesting ride for Hoka. Not what I was expecting, to be honest, because Hoka are known for super plush cushioned shoes. So when I put my Cliftons on, my feet sort of sink into the foam and I can hardly feel the ground or anything. But then the energy return isn't usually very good for Hokas, which is sort of the downside. You lose a little bit of energy to that cushion, that plushness. But this shoe is completely different. This ProFly midsole is very, very responsive. So when you do want to pick up the pace a little bit, I found, so on the downhills of my little easy run, it really is responsive and gives you that bounce back, almost similar to the Nike Zoom X foam. So you've got ProFly, then the EVA, and then combined give it a really responsive yet still cushioned shoe. So it's going to be perfect for easy day running, but also nice and responsive, which is what you want, really. I think Hoka really smashed it with this mid and outsole. So yeah, on my easy run, it definitely felt like a shoe that wants to go a little bit faster. So on the downhills, I was really enjoying it. On the flats, I was struggling to keep it at an easy pace at the start. I had to rein myself back a little bit. Okay, so there's some of my first impressions. It's now time to take the shoe out on a tempo. So I'm going to do a 5k tempo, which is 2 laps of the block. And yeah, see how this shoe performs at slightly faster speed. See if it lives up to its name as an up-tempo daily trainer. Okay, press go on the watch. Let's give this 5k tempo a go and see how the shoes perform at slightly quicker speed. Yesterday they did really well on the easy run. Very impressed with my Hokas. And yeah, I couldn't wait to get going on this tempo run, so I'll let you know how they get on. First K in 3:35, feeling nice and bouncy, working hard. .333 for the second K, definitely feeling nice and bouncy. Can feel the air coming through onto my toes. That mesh is nice and breathable. Whew. There we go, the watch just clicked. 5k tempo in 17:44. Wow, these are some great shoes. First tempo in about 3 weeks, so it was a little bit harder than usual, but Shoes are excellent. So I'm just back from my 5k tempo in the Hoka Mach 4. They're really good. They perform very well. I think I ran the 5k in 17 minutes 40, so around 330 kilometers, and they perform very well at that sort of tempo speed for me. So I was very impressed, very responsive. The lockdown was really good, especially in this heel area. The shoe is almost like forms part of your foot. You can hardly feel it on because it's so light. I was trying to think of some negatives to say about the shoe, some slight downsides. The only thing I can think of is it's slightly firmer than usual for Hoka shoes. So if you're looking for something with cushioning, a maximalist cushioning shoe, this shoe isn't really it. It's more for the tempo stuff. So if you're looking for a shoe that you want to do your easy runs in, but also want to be able to go quicker, then this is definitely the shoe for you. Another slight downside I found to it is, not this one, but this shoe, the groove in the shoe has slightly picks up some of the debris. So you can see there it's got a stone wedged in there. I left it in just so I could show you there. So stuff is going to go into these little grooves here on your runs, but that's a slight downside. It does mean that the shoe is really light, so I'd much rather have a light shoe that picks up a little bit of dirt than a heavy shoe that doesn't, basically. So yeah, they're the only downsides really. Slightly firm, a little bit narrow for Hoka shoes, and it does go and pick up a little bit of the debris, but other than that, this is an excellent shoe. I can't wait to run some long runs in it. I'll definitely make some more videos about it and maybe do a long run test, a review after 50 miles, a durability test type thing. So yeah, that's my review of the Hoka Mach 4. Hope you've enjoyed it. For £125 as well, this really is a bargain shoe, because not only can you do your easy runs, you can do your tempo, you could even race 5, 10k in it. I'd even do a half marathon in it in training. Yeah, really comfortable shoe, nice and breathable. Thanks for watching the video, hope you've liked it. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and leave a like, and I'll see you around soon with another shoe video, another running video soon. Thank you very much.